I'll go and have a look around.
We'll stay and watch that car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right. Parking tickets.
Good luck.
Welcome to the Resident Evil The Complete Story series. Today, we're going to be covering Resident Evil 4. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this one. Last time's question was, which did you prefer, the movie plot or the video game plot? I prefer the game plot myself, because I like to see us win in the end, but here's your responses to the question. This time, let me know if you liked the Resident Evil 4 change from zombies to more newer monsters and goofy things and parasites. Here's the disclaimer. Everything here is from the Resident Evil Wiki, the Umbrella Project, and us playing through the games. If we didn't cover a side character you really enjoyed, it's simply because it wasn't needed for the overall plot involving the viruses and the Umbrella Corporation. When we last left off, the Umbrella Corporation was currently locked in litigation and pretty much not doing any public evil stuff. Chris went back to work looking for Wesker and the Umbrella Corporation's activities and ways to stop everything. Wesker, by request, was supplying Javier with the Veronica virus to cure his wife in exchange for insane amounts of money. If you forgot, Javier was the drug lord who was looking for ways to cure his wife. We mentioned him way back in the prologue. If you click this link displayed on the screen right about now, you can go right to that episode and see what's going on. Leon and a character named Jack are sent to South America to follow up on reports of a drug lord named Javier receiving the Veronica virus. It is there that they find out that his entire village is infected and mutated, and they found Javier himself mutated. Leon and his friend, going by the full name Jack Kauser, resolve the situation with Javier now. During this, the Umbrella Corporation is beginning to work on their latest BOW weapon up in the last stronghold. Secretly, of course, because everyone's still trying to sue Umbrella for everything. This adventure takes place during the game Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. Wesker travels to the last Umbrella stronghold to get his hands on all of that Umbrella research. As Wesker enters the facility, Sergey authorizes the facility to release the latest Umbrella experiment, the Talos BOW. Hearing about the T-virus infected wolves in the region, Chris and Jill team up for the first time in years to go and investigate this. Wesker, Chris, and Jill all explore areas of this facility for their own objectives, at different times, at different locations in the facility. Ultimately, Chris and Jill get to meet the new Talos BOW and defeat it, and Wesker meets with Sergey. Sergey mutates into a monster to try and kill Wesker, but he fails to do it as Wesker just kinda kills him off finally. With the only two things that could possibly stop an overpowered Wesker being dead right now, that being the Sergey and his Talos BOW project, Wesker goes ahead and steals all the viruses and all of Umbrella's information. The entire time he's doing this, Chris and Jill never even meet with him, and they head back to their base with their information. During this time, Umbrella is still locked in various lawsuits, but it looks as though they might get away with it. That is until Albert Wesker gets back with all of this wonderful new information. He takes every bit of this information he has on Umbrella that he just got and submits it to the Supreme Court. Umbrella is immediately blamed for everything and their stock prices completely crash. In order to evade prison, Oswald Spencer completely disappears. Wesker meets with Acela and gives her all of Umbrella's stolen information. Using this and the samples of the virus he collected, Acela successfully restarts all of the BOW research. With all of this evidence proving that all of this is happening, the Anti-Bioterrorism Organization is established, and it includes Chris and Jill as two of its founding members. At this time, Umbrella Maine is officially disbanded. Following its disbanding, former employees begin to leak research and viruses to various bioterrorists. This causes the entire world to be rocked by bioterrorism incidents all over the place. With all of this going on, the final branch of Umbrella disbands, Umbrella Japan. It's finally time to begin Resident Evil 4. Albert Wesker hears information about a parasite in Europe that can give its host superhuman strength. This is what we needed right now. Another way to grant superhuman strength that involves a parasite and/or virus. He plans a mission to steal this parasite known as the Las Plagas from the cult housing it. Ada Wong, yep, she's still around, intercepts email traffic where the Lost Plagueis virus is being discussed. She reports this to the organization and begins to retrieve tissue samples for them. Albert Wesker sends in Jack Krauser to infiltrate the cult and try to get him a sample of that parasite. Back with Leon Kennedy, he's given the prestigious assignment of protecting Ashley Graham, the president's daughter. Once he finishes his training and is preparing to start his new job, Ashley is kidnapped by Jack Krauser so he can gain the trust of the cult. You know, despite the fact he literally just kidnapped the president's daughter for them, he still is not allowed into the inner circle of this cult and reports back to Wesker the problem. Wesker's first idea is to send in Ada Wong to get him the sample. At the same time, Ada is told by her own organization to get them the sample. Back over in the US, Leon is placed in charge of the investigation to find Ashley Graham, and he does just that. His research leads him to a little European village that is keeping a little parasite secret. So let's get into the meat of Resident Evil 4, quite a fan favorite in this series. Leon is quickly in a fight for his life in this village as he begins to find out that Ashley is in fact here. He gets himself captured, where they inject him with the Lost Plagueis parasite. But don't worry, this one works very slowly in comparison to the T-virus. Leon breaks free and gets back to his mission, figuring he'll find a cure for his little parasite problem later. After a few fights with the villagers being controlled by the Lost Plagueis, he easily finds and rescues Ashley. It was almost too easy though. Leon and Ashley learn that she's also been injected, and the cult's plan is to let both Leon and Ashley escape and go back to the United States. It is in the States that there will be a massive outbreak of this mind-controlling, super strength-giving parasite, and the cult will be in control! Okay, got a little excited on that one. Well, we can't have that. Leon and Ashley need to find a cure for themselves. During this journey, they get separated a few times, end up fighting some supercharged enemies, and eventually, Leon gets his hands on some pills to suppress, but not cure the parasite. During those events, Leon eventually runs into Ada Wong in the castle, but it is a brief moment and he really didn't get to catch up with her about all the stuff that they've missed. More fights happen with Leon finally killing off Salazar, one of the higher-up henchmen. After that, though, Leon finally figures out the rest of everything. He learns that Jack is alive in here, Ada is alive in here, and both are working for Wesker. The goal is to get a sample of the Lost Plagueis back to Wesker for his plans, and he also learns that Jack is the one who kidnapped Ashley and the reason behind it, and the fact that apparently kidnapping the president's daughter isn't not enough for this cult. Damn, what do these people really want from you? He then confronts Saddler, the leader of this evil cult, and with the help of Ada Wong, he manages to kill him. However, Ada takes the Lost Plagueis sample and at gunpoint leaves Leon there holding the bag. Leon and Ashley both escape the island via jet ski. Okay, that's a new one. Just as the island explodes! Yep, another island destroyed. So what does Wesker do with all of his parasites, viruses, and superweapons? What about Chris and Jill? Ever since they left the Russian base, we haven't heard from them. What about the future of Ashley? What about those CG movies? Where do they come into play? All of this and more in the next episode of the Resident Evil The Complete Story. Don't forget to check out our other stories, Metal Gear, Assassin's Creed, Kingdom Hearts, Zelda, and Bioshock. Geez, we're getting a lot of these. Also, have you seen our new series, Lore Meets Reality? We just asked if the Keyblade could be legit and answered how Liquid Ocelot can happen. Oh, and if you just want to hang out with Zodical and I, why don't you come over to the Let's Play channel where we just play games that we do the stories for. Lastly, make sure you follow us on Twitter where we can chat. See you guys next time. And for those of you who are still here and listened to this entire video and are wondering why did he not once say the name of that cult? Well, if you've been listening to any of our videos, you know that I am horrible at pronouncing everything from these video games, and we're lucky if I even get one thing correct. So, for the sake of comedic relief, I'm going to try this. Los Illuminatios. I think I got it.